biggest obstacle in a man's life is himself. I know that sounds a bit like a cliche, but another word for a cliche is common wisdom. Like, they're a cliche because they're common sense. The only thing stopping him being the man that he wants to be is the man he had to become. I think it's James Tillman. He has a quote that he says, "We bend ourselves out of shape for so long to try and fit in that we can no longer remember what shape we should have been." And that's exactly what he's talking about in that. Things happen to us along the way and we change it. We cut off a little bit of part of ourselves, or we hide a little part of ourselves, or we exaggerate a part of ourselves, all in an attempt to build a strategy to survive. Because we don't have a strategy when we're young, we're born, we don't know anything. We have to make it up. Each human being has to make it up as we go along, no matter how good the guides are, no matter how good our parents are, no matter how good the teachers are. We end up with this sort of weird botched life of like, this bit's been stapled on and I've tied this bit on with a bit of string and this is what my life looks like. And even if it's seemingly working well, we've learned good strategies, it all still feels like it's held together with string and glue by the time we get to about middle age. And then comes a point where we go, right, I'm suddenly at the crossroads of this life. Has this worked for me? And usually there's a deconstruction of everything that I had to create to survive, so I can get back to a sense of who I was before I can get to who I could be. Our biggest obstacle is usually the effective but dysfunctional strategies that have got us where we are today. And it's so hard to reimagine different strategies and different ways of thinking and acting and coping and behaving. But we have to, because otherwise we just repeat the process. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different response. Within the fellowships, there's a saying which is, there's only so long you can headbutt the wall before you have to admit the wall isn't the problem. And that's the same with our obstacles. You know, often we're looking outside going, if I could get this, if I could get just a bit more of this, if I could get that sorted, if I could get this done, if I could just be a bit fitter, if I could just be whatever it is, but we ain't dealt with the core problem. What's causing the strategies that's causing the behaviours that gets the results we keep on getting? We have to change the strategies. We have to, and that's a story, the story we tell ourselves about ourselves and about the world we live in. So we are, and the stories we tell ourselves are our greatest obstacle.